you are a Hispanic man and your family is from Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
I am according to America, I'm a Caribbean man or a Caribbean American man or African Caribbean American man. Right?
I don't know. I didn't see that on the last sentence, but. Greetings, everyone, and welcome back. My name is Guzman. This is Serghio Adams, and we are Brothersbuildingblocks. We are bringing to you casual conversations, and today's episode, we're talking to you about what it's like being minority business owners. Minority business owners. Take it away, my good man.
You know, it's interesting that we have chosen this topic really to talk about. For me, being a minority business owner, that term does not necessarily hold a lot of weight in the way in which I am familiar it does for many others. And that's because I don't really consider myself a minority. I consider myself just a man who happens to be of African descent, whose culture is of the Caribbean, whose language is English. So when I think of myself as a business owner in this role, I really am thinking about what this man wants to do, what this man wants to achieve. And I am also aware, though, that this man was born in a particular country which culture is different from the culture that I'm living in now, you know?
Right.
Really, that's what occurs to me every time I think about it. But sometimes I notice that the identity that we accept here, that is being of a Caribbean person or an African American person, it has opportunities that we can tap into. And therefore, I fluctuate between the identity of a Caribbean person, an African American person, and mostly just a man.
Right. But all of this is to suit the needs of the day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, we are a minority business enterprise and a certified minority business enterprise, and that allows us access into
to do business, really. Because remember, we got these certifications, one, because you are a Hispanic man and your family is from Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
I am according to America, I'm a Caribbean man or a Caribbean American man or African Caribbean American man. Right?
I don't know. I didn't see that on the last sentence, but.
And all of those allows us to conduct business
Right.
with certain organizations that wants that particular certification.
Sure.
But what does it mean for you, though, when you consider yourself a Hispanic man in business?
Right. So when I think of when I hear the term minority business owner or Hispanic business owner, to help me better break that down, I just separated the term. So what does Hispanic mean to me? It's understanding that my roots come from Spain and European ancestry, but also because I'm Puerto Rican, I have roots in people of African descent and people of the indigenous Indian folks as well. And so when I hear Hispanic, immediately my mind goes to where my roots are, right? So I'm not just Hispanic, I'm not just Puerto Rican, but I'm a combination and a culmination of all of these different experiences of those before me that have come now here to today, to, you know, the man that I am today, right? I don't have curly hair because I'm Puerto Rican. I have curly hair because someone of African descent drew into my blood at some point in time, and now I have these, you know, these features. But when I think of myself as a Latino, as Puerto Rican and a business owner, I think of first, you think of culture and food and dance and music. So
it's always culture and food for me.
You know, it has to be, because that's part of, that's, as I'll say, like, that's the sofrito, that's the sazon, that is what separates, that is what adds to your individuality. So, you know, I think of, okay, you're Puerto Rican, right? Okay, there's pernil. There's the, you know, we're in a holiday time, so we're thinking of, the pasteles, the mofongo, the coquito, all of these cultural recipes that I grew up with, that I grew up preparing with my mother. All of those experiences lend me to creating and forging that identity of mine. But then, as a business owner, I started. I think that identity truly is something that I'm still forging, because it's still a relatively new phenomenon for me. I've shared with you in the past that I never saw myself as a business owner or as a leader per se. I was always comfortable being the one being given instructions and then moving forward. And when being given this opportunity to start a business, I realized that chapter would have to close, and I would no longer be able to use that excuse. I would no longer be able to say, well, I don't want to take any responsibility. I'm comfortable with just you giving me instructions and me moving. And it's a decision that I've learned to value and appreciate and accept, because it's something that not everyone can do, that I'm realizing. The mentality of 9 to 5 goes out the window, right? You work 24 hours as a business owner, right? But there's this ideology of how wonderful being a business owner is. And it's fantastic, because the benefits that you get from it are great. I am my own boss. I choose to work when I want to work, where I want to work. I don't have to ask a boss for vacation days, right?
Actually, yes, you do.
But the conversation is different now, right? It's not when can I go, it's where are we going?
Indeed.
Right?
The thing that occurs to me about being a Caribbean man is that when we came to this country, I remember when I was in college, there was a conversation that those from the Caribbean always come and take away the opportunities that are here. So in essence, we are competition. We come, we go to school, we get an education, we go to work, which is not always welcomed by our peers. And I remember one of those conversations that was not necessarily a pleasant one, but it happened nonetheless. And for me, it wasn't that I came to take what was yours. I came to experience the opportunities that this country affords, And before me, I did not necessarily believe that a business owner is the role that is best for me. It was just that these are opportunities that are here that I want to take advantage of. And so let us pursue them. So it was very grateful, though, of you to say yes when I came to you with this idea. I said, hey, we should do this. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be very scary. I have no idea that it's going to be fruitful. But you said yes. Why did you say yes?
Because you're my friend, you're my brother, and I love you. I think that's the simple answer.
And that's a golden answer, really.
Right? It's without being too long-winded, you have a vision, and I saw it. I saw the excitement. I saw the plan, because you had laid it out so beautifully. It wasn't just an idea. You had laid it out. And when you presented it, there was nothing else for me to say except, let's do this. And I said to you, I gave you a few disclaimers, if you and you'll recall this. A, you'll have to help me, because I don't know what it means or what it is to be a business owner. 2, you recall the last conversation I had with you about I'm not comfortable being in the leadership role. I'd rather just take answers. I'd rather just take instruction. And you said, no, you have this potential and capability to do this. And I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you do that. I'm going to give you the tools that you need to be able to succeed in this. You're going to be fine. You're golden, as you like to. You're golden. You're golden.
Well, I think the thing that allows me to say you're golden was that you had said yes to me at a time where I was not even saying yes to myself. It was a very challenging time to switch my career, you know. So when I quit, even before I quit, and I said to you today, I think I want to do this. I want to quit my job. I don't know precisely what is going to happen next, but I want to do so. Will you support me? And you said yes. So then for me to complete that equation, to complete that analysis, it was, well, if you're going to say yes to me, whatever your challenges are, I need to say yes to that as well. Like one hand has to wash the other, you know. But what was, as I said, quite a challenge for me to accept, that was quit, start something new.
And quit in not in the traditional sense where you're quitting but you have something else lined up.
No,
right?
It wasn't that
This
at all.
is quitting and literally jumping off of the deep end with sharks and just and we have a cut. Right?
Yeah.
So it's
you
know, but here's what I'll say, and this is to your credit, man. You've over time you've shown consistency in your mode of operation and your manner of behavior. So I can trust your actions and your abilities in what it is that you say you want to do. You've said in the past, I don't like to fail. And I believe that. And when you say something, you do it and you complete it and you bring it to fruition. One of the things that I've learned in this experience is how vast that actually goes. So you'll see from A all the way to double Z. So you'll go past the alphabet and do it again because you're checking everything and making sure that you can prepare for any contingencies and all eventualities. And I think that comfort that I had knowing that allowed the yes to just come out so easily. You don't fail. You don't fail in your friendships. You don't fail in your relationships. And you certainly don't fail when it comes to education, because that's the standard that you've set for yourself and for those around you. So anyone who is associated with you now has to live up to that expectation. Otherwise, you know what I mean? They can't be a part of that circle. It's just not going to work. It's oil and vinegar. Oil and water.
I'm not sure that others who may not have that particular caliber cannot necessarily coexist with me. But I do see your point. Perhaps it's one that is not necessarily prescribed, but is maybe inspired, if you will. I know for me, it was a matter of when I consider growing up in the Caribbean and I look at what I did not have, but wanted to have, I find that for me, I must create a version of my future that has what I wanted to have inside of it. So I considered the absence of things very strongly to ensure that I create the presence of things in my future. I want to believe, though, that my military experience has helped. You know,
Tell me about that.
Serving in the United States Army, as you are aware, we are taught a number of skills that we use to function. You always must troubleshoot every matter until it is rectified completely. And some of those skills I still use. It's sort of transferable, right? And here, and thank you for saying I don't fail. I do feel sometimes I may fail at a matter or two. I don't allow myself to fail, though. I may feel the emotions of it, but I don't allow the experience of it. Does that make sense?
It does. And, you know, it's those traits that I've been able to learn from and then learn from and apply in my own life and my work as a business owner. So understanding the importance of organization, right? I didn't join the military, but learning from you, yeah, I mean, you are militant from cooking to cleaning to
I'm not militant.
Walking.
I am organized.
Right. Yeah, you call it what you want, whatever helps you sleep. But it helps. It helps. Okay. We had a beautiful saying, right? We need a plan, and in order to have a plan, do you remember that one?
Yes. To achieve success,
right,
you must have a plan, and a plan requires a vision, and a vision requires. Your
military experience has actually been useful for me because I've been able to apply a lot of those methods that I've witnessed you use. How do you keep yourself organized as a business owner, and how do you allow this company to function and thrive the way you do?
Frankly, I think I make it up every day. I think that organization is important to me, and it's important because it allows me to ensure I'm going to win. Like, I must win. Like, I refuse to fail, so I must win. And to win, I must have things planned and organized, if you will. So I have a sort of a win complex. And that win complex is what allows me to ensure I am, one, conducting my evaluations, which is the starting and the ending of each day. When I start a day and I conduct my evaluations on things that I have to do, things that I want to do, things that I need to do, I allow myself to list all of those items. Then they are prioritized in order of importance. They go on my task list, and then they are completed. For me, there are 24 hours in the day. And if I allow that 24 hours to be utilized towards accomplishing my goals, then I'm satisfied. Before the day is completed, I have another evaluation to identify all that was done, all that was not done, and then, transition to the next day. That really is the simplicity of it all. I think the military definitely came in there because it is necessary for you to think through a task before the task is completed or before the task is initiated. Yeah. What is needed, what tools are required, what are the various steps, and then you go and start the task and complete it.
You're preparing for any eventuality for that experience that you're about to walk into. And in life, and especially in business, you have to do that. Thank you for being my business partner.
Absolutely. Thank you for saying yes to me.
Absolutely. Being a minority business owner is something that I never thought I would do, but I'm very glad that I'm doing now. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. I can't work for anyone ever again. So on that note, thank you all for joining us, for being a part of this journey, for listening. And if you have any comments or questions, please leave it below. Let us know about your business experience and entrepreneurial journey. Please like and subscribe so you'll get the notification for our next episode. And we look forward to seeing you soon. In this series, what is the name of our series? Casual conversations. We're having casual conversations. I don't have my cup of tea, so I can't be casual. But, okay, let's try it again.